Corner 76. I'll be commenting on the human condition. In order to change the human condition, we need to be involved. What kind of Canada do you want? I can tell you what kind of Canada I think we should have. A government that works for a united Canada, where all provinces are treated equally, where Alberta and Quebec get the same respect and same treatment for their individual problems. I'm looking for a government that supports interprovincial trade. In the time of this pandemic, even more so, we need to get Canada going, and we shouldn't be fighting within ourselves, but have one united economy. One thing that concerns me greatly is freedom of expression. That is the right to be able to express your opinion without being labeled as this or that or this. That means that our government will not kowtow to pressure groups, but will rather listen to what the majority of the people want and respond to them. I do not want to be labeled homophobic, racist, etc. by a fringe group who don't know me, who don't know my opinions, and don't know my feelings. When I think of universities, when I went to university, it was a bastion of free speech. It was the place where you could actually exchange ideas, hear different points of view. What the attempt was to help you grow as a human being. Now, you have pressure groups saying this conservative speaker can't provide his point of opinion. You have this group saying Israel hasn't got the right to speak, but they do. You have university administrations that have lost their guts and have lost the purpose of why they're there. I want a free press. No one can tell me that the free press is not the guardian of democracy. I think you have to very carefully look at what the government's doing at this point in time. They are trying to put controls in the free press. Get in touch with your politicians and say, you do not want this at all. I know, after talking to quite a number of people, what they seem to feel and what they want, and what surveys indicate, is they want a responsive government that listens to them. For example, listens to them on the deficit, tells them what's going on with it, how much is being spent, how much, where we're financially going to be. Not snippets, but a full report. A government that responds on immigration. 87% of conservatives want it halted and limited. 67% of liberals do. What we want is a pause so that we can absorb the 2.5 million or more that have immigrated here, so we can help them become part of the Canadian mosaic. What this would allow us to do also is provide a better immigration service in future. Also, we've got to look at the unemployment situation in Canada, and we've got to start employing Canadians before we get more and more people in here. You know, one thing that ticks me off is someone calling me a racist, telling me I live in a systemic racist country. I don't buy it. Don't get me wrong. We do have racial problems, and we have committed errors in the past. We've apologized for some. We're working on others. But don't compare me to the United States. Don't compare me to other countries. There are other countries that aren't white that are just as racist if you open your eyes and look at it. We're a country that's tolerant, open, and we are working on it. You know, anybody that's half realistic realizes oil is here to stay for many years to come. Canada has vast resources and reserves of it. We need to exploit it and sell it to the world. We need the millions of income to pay back the deficit we've got and to continue to provide the benefits that Canadians are used to. Please note, we have a 300-year supply, for example, of natural gas. That's cleaner burning than coal. Let's sell it to China and India and other countries to replace the coal that they now use. It helps with climate control. You know, I want a government that clearly states, very clearly and unequivocally, there is a Canadian identity. We do have one. It's been built through depression, through war, through economic decline, through triumph, by millions of people who came here for a better life. We are known worldwide for our diversity, for our tolerance, for our freedom of expression. Don't ever let anybody tell you there's not Canadian identity, because there is. We want, in our politicians, transparency. And by transparency, I mean, aside from national security, what they know, we know. Because we need to make decisions on our future based on truth, not half facts, not shifted and twisted by the government in power, but transparency. I'm very concerned about ethics. As we know, some of our politicians, like our Prime Minister and a few others, have been charged with breaches of ethics. And of course they haven't resigned, as would have been done in the past. Maybe some are considered minor, maybe some are considered major. But if you want ethical politicians, you have to start and listen to what parties say, listen to what they stand for, and vote for them. And when you vote them in, keep the pressure up to ensure that they keep their promises. Because as far as I'm concerned, what you vote for is what you're going to get. I think this is a beautiful, wonderful, tolerant, understanding country. It's actually really one of the few in the world. I hope that you, along with me, will be proud of your country, proud of your identity, and for sure, stand on guard, O Canada. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. You can hear me on Anchor FM, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and you can see me on YouTube at Joe's Corner 76. And if you wish, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Joe's Corner 76